Okay, I think this will do. Hey, it's been a while. It's been a year. I am here to tell you that I sold that camera that I made my first YouTube video about for something new, and it's been a year since I have been shooting with my Fuji x-t5, and it has become one of my favorite cameras of all time. I was inspired to get it because of obviously the fujifilm X100V, the point and shoot. I came into Glazers literally the week I moved to Seattle and was like, hey, I want to point and shoot. I want to change up my vlog camera. I want to just change something up. I was like just itching to spend money basically. And they were like, don't do that. Try this instead. And so this guy at the counter, he recommended the x-t5 to me. And so I rented out the x-t4 because they didn't have the 5s for rental. I didn't know that this camera literally dropped 2 weeks before when I was recommended it. And so I tested out the x-t4 and I was like, I love this. This is fantastic. I took literally 10 photos on it, and instantly I just knew that it fit my lifestyle a lot more now. I don't shoot as often and I travel a lot, and I never bring my camera when I travel anymore because it is just so heavy. I hate carrying gear with me, you know, like if you're a photographer, you definitely know. It's just so annoying, and you have to have a separate bag for it, all of that. And so my Nikon camera was just becoming so heavy. I wanted something mirrorless, I wanted new gear, and I wasn't sure if I wanted to go for the Nikon mirrorless. And I'm so glad I didn't. I'm sure it's fantastic. I'm sure it is. I have loved the Nikon system forever. It just no longer fit my lifestyle, and I wanted something new. I wanted something fresh, and I love the Fuji sensor and just, you know, like the way you can play around with it to emulate film. The film simulations are just so fun and cutesy, and it makes me excited to shoot in JPEG, you know, which is rare because I highly prefer to edit my own photos, but there's something about being able to take a photo and it comes out like that and it's perfect. I love that, and just changing up the recipes on the camera is so fun to me. It's like such a cute new experience. And so I switched my gear with the intention of just downsizing. I kept it to 3 lenses. I went with the kit lens because I was like, well, okay, I'm not taking bookings. Like, I just want to grab something easy. This is also f2.8, so it kind of like has better range than, you know, the standard like f4.0 kit lenses. So I loved that. It's a beautiful lens. And then I went with the 23mm to emulate the 35mm lens that I love so much on my Nikon. Later in the year, I decided to go for the 50 to 140 zoom lens because I decided I wanted to cover shows more seriously, or more often I should say. Halfway through this year, I realized I really miss picking up my camera. I literally switched to a new camera that I barely used, which was kind of the intention because I knew I wasn't going to shoot as often and I wanted to, you know, move around with it more. I love covering shows with this camera. It makes the experience so seamless. The low light is amazing as expected for a mirrorless, but I just love the Fuji sensor. Every photo always just comes out the way I envision it, like through the editing process, and it's never been easier to edit. Here's some concerts that I've shot with the Fuji x-t5. It is just so beautiful. Honestly, I really love the sensor of a Fuji. Having shot on the G2 for about 2 years now, I have gotten really used to just kind of changing my photo style, my editing style to be very filmy and nostalgic. And I love the colors the sensor produces because it really fits that lifestyle so well. Like the RAWs, the colors are much softer than the Nikon, which, you know, we know. Historically, not even historically, Canon and Fuji have, you know, arguably like softer, more natural palettes that look really good with skin, like coming out raw. Whereas Nikon has very vibrant colors, and I am not like a vibrant color type of gal when I edit and shoot. My photography style is very grainy, soft, pastel-y, filmy, and so I feel like this just conveys it so well with the Fuji sensor. I love the way the RAWs come out because they're so easy to edit, they're so soft, and the contrast is just right. Whereas my Nikon has incredibly vibrant colors. So I loved taking nature photos with my Nikon, but that's not primarily what I like to shoot. Switching to this was the perfect match because editing has been such a breeze ever since I switched over to the sensor because the colors just fully match my photography lifestyle. I love it so much. The contrast is just right where it's not too vibrant. It is just perfectly soft. I'll like drop some photos here, whereas my Nikon has, you know, really, really vibrant colors that are really great for nature photography, especially with the colors in the Northwest, like getting the full spectrum and like going on hikes. But it's not my styles. I love the shooting experience on here as well because it's just like a film camera where there's like a dial for exposure and then shutter and then ISO right all in the top. I feel as though it's just so easy to figure out, which is silly, but I personally just hate the little finicky process of me like, you know, pressing the buttons, going up and down on the wheel, just trying to like change my settings, especially in situations where I need to move fast like a concert. The weight of this camera is fantastic. It is so easy to carry around, whether it's in my backpack or on my shoulder. I usually walk to my photo shoots now, or when I cover shows, I either take transit or walk, and it has been so easy because it just doesn't feel like there's like much on my shoulder. Obviously it's like an object, but it's not as bulky as my D780, and it makes it so easy to travel. That's one of my favorite parts of the camera, is just being able to truly downsize the physical object, which is really hard to do for a photographer, you know? All in all, highly would recommend. I love this camera. It is so easy, portable, and I get it. I get the Fuji hype now. And yeah, that's me and my Fuji. If you have any questions, want me to talk more about something, let me know in the comments. Thank you so much for watching. I'll talk to you later. Bye.
My race is done. What was the point of this video? Oh yeah, I love this camera. Oh god. I love the angling here. What am I talking about? I'm so